Okay. Basic rant. Yes, I'm drunk. Yes, again. A Few Good Men. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Sorry. I just drank like a whole bottle of soda. The point is, A Few Good Men, the movie. It's idealism versus reality. The girl, whatever her name is, she's an idealist. She thinks that the people manning the walls of democracy and Americana, this ideal sense. Where she gives that little speech, she thinks of some sort of superhuman, like Captain America, this thing that will stand. The only last line of defense stands between us and basically people who are fucking around in the woods that are live in third world countries and don't have basic cable. And it's like, really? And it's like she. So you see the different things of the fantasy versus reality. Reality is these people who line our borders and go out and fight our wars are people who are not good enough. That's why the guy says, look, I'm not good enough. I'm not making the cut here. I want to be transferred. And he tried, and says, I am out of here. But then there's the general who says, no, I don't want you to leave without being punished for, lacking and saying that the thing isn't good enough. Then he ends up being killed off, and it's full of people, is what it is. And that's what this lady like needs to get through her head, and she keeps trying. The lady, I forget what her name is, but she needs to understand that there is such thing as reality. You're dealing with real people, not ideals. You know, and the guy is constantly being prodded by her to constantly live up to his potential. And it's like, lady, leave him the fuck alone. He doesn't need you to spur him on. You know, the best you're gonna get out of this is exactly what he said. He says, no, if they are proven not guilty because they took the orders of a general, they're not going to just go back to what they were. They're not go back to their glamorous lifestyles of being, soldiers. They're going to get desk duty and they're going to be fucking clerks for the rest of their careers at best. And that's it. And what happens at the end? They become clerks or something like that. They are not just saying, "Oh well, then it's the general's fault, not yours." And so you get a good sense of the reality versus fiction versus this little idea in her head that we would love to glamorize and idealize um, other people's, particularly protectorates or heroes, so to speak. Like the commercial, I see these commercials done by some narrator and even by the guy who did NCIS New York. The few, the proud, the Marines, and they show this guy in decorated outfits, and that's the problem. It romanticizes and glorifies this thing, or what was it? Luke said, uh, not demonizes, but it makes it more positive than what it really is. It glorifies these things more than what it really is, and it's not. Anybody who's been in a war or any type of fight will tell you these things are not good. Fighting a war isn't fun. It's not nice. It's not romantic. It's not anything. It's hell. It's brutal. It's horrendous. And that's what this lady. That's like why she annoys me so goddamn much throughout the course of the film, because she keeps trying to say my ideology, my ideology, and he's there saying no, practicality, realism, and she says, but you sir, you are need to be better. You need to be the superhuman thing because you're clearly capable. Yes, I am, and even if I did, which he does later on, pull this miracle through and say these guys don't go to prison, they're not going to go back. He knows this from the fucking beginning of this trial when he was prodded into accepting it and all that, if I remember correctly. It doesn't matter because they're not going to go back to service. They're just going to become desk clerks at best if they're not going to go to prison. So he tries to tell her this, but she doesn't like reality. So she runs away and he has to go and say, sorry, sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm trying to tell you this isn't going to come out the way you think it will going to be. Remember, you're romanticizing. This isn't going to come back with say, whoa, sorry, boys. You took orders from a clearly an asshole general, so therefore you're off the hook. And you can go back to service. So, I know I'm talking in circles. But that's the thing. What A Few Good Men is about is reality versus fiction. And it's about war and duty and honor. And you're realizing you're not dealing with idealism. You're dealing with reality. And you have to, well, realize that, as much as the pun, as much as that is. You have to realize you're dealing with people, not, fiction. But we can't help it because we're being told fiction. The rest of your life, all that is fiction. It's fiction, and they try so hard to make it seem like it's reality and morality and teaching you lessons, and but no, it is straight up fiction. It's just straight up fiction. Then they wonder why we become so disillusioned when we get into our teens and we realize, oh wait, life isn't, these things which we were told. There's no one looking out for us. There's no one who gets our back. There's no one who's there to reach a hand down to us when we fall. It's just you. Am I talking in an accent? Weird. Anyway, yes. So that's the point. Of A Few Good Men. Just don't romanticize anything, especially the concept of a hero. It's because you're not dealing with an ideal, you're dealing with people. I know I said that like 10 fucking times already, but yes. That's what people have to get into their heads. Especially your government. That's why patriots are so, dead set on backing their government. It's because they believe in them so hard that they will do the right thing. They got our backs. They got our interests. Who? In my life, I never believed anything about politics because every time I keep hearing if someone tries to be something or do something for someone, it's always very little. And it's always mostly for, if anything, really themselves or because they said they needed the popular vote. Like they will promise anything if it means for them to be in office. And then say, well, that's what I said, but in practicality it won't happen, so therefore, what are you going to do? I haven't really seen anybody really work for the people and actually pull through. It does happen from time to time where people actually do pull through for the people, but it's not for everyone, and it's not the best way to the 100% that they had thought. And so it's like, then what was the point in bringing that up? Well, I wanted to stand for something. It's like, you did? Oh, well then. Yeah, I got the sweats on me. Like Joey says, I got the meat sweats on me. All shiny now. Anyway. Just be careful what you idolize. Particularly our government. Anyway. Just wanted to share that real quick. Take care. And hopefully we all get through this pandemic pretty well. And don't listen to Trump. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. This is professionals, scientists. And not your fucking congressman either, for God's sakes, people. He's not a scientist. He's a fucking walking can of bullshit. I don't know why people listen to these people. Drink cleaning fluid? Really? What kind of advice is that? Anyway. So you take care. Stay safe. Stay sanitary. Above all else, keep hope alive. And we'll see each other at the end on the other side of this. Am I talking with an English accent? Interesting. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye.